YouTube. Hey, hey, hey. Turn on the bright light. Share to the groups. Share, share, share. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Happy Friday, everybody. Yay. Hey, Beth. It is crunch time, and I've got my little girl waterfall hairdo going on today just because that's just what I want to pull off. Hey, Haley. Thank you for sharing. You rock. Hey, Brandy. We're going to do powder today. I'm feeling just a little simple, so that's what we're doing. Hey, Kira. It's crunch time in the house. So we're doing poplin as our face. My mirror is up here because my husband still hasn't fixed my setup back because I feel bad for him. Hi, Mom. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Joyce. But I want you to see, I'm going to just go do half of my face. And you see I'm not putting on that much. I'm just going to swirl. And I'm applying it to my face with the sponge that comes with it. And just blending it into my skin. Go down on your neck. Hi, Tammy and Ollie. They're on their way. Hey, Sherry. Hi, Kaylee. They're on the road. And Tara surprised me this morning. She's coming. I'm so excited. I'm not going to be able to make it this weekend. I'm sorry. Oh, I wish you could too. It's going to be so much fun. So look at this face. The lighting still sucks because, of course, it's over top of me. So it's going to show all of my flaws. So get used to it until he gets this TV out of the way. Hi, Diane. So that is awesome. We're going to continue with this. This is poplin that I'm using. The new pressed powder in poplin. Love it. My husband is outside mowing the grass because, yes, not only do we have the event tomorrow, but we're supposed to have my dad's side of the family reunion here at my house tomorrow, or Sunday. Hey, Kim. Hey, Susan. So we have to have the grass to where it's not up to your knees. And yeah. Hey, you done good yesterday on TV. Oh, thank you so much. The devil is after me today bad, so I slapped on 4 different eyeshadow colors and I'm rebuking him. That's right, girlfriend. Not today, Satan. Isn't that what they say? Oh my gosh, look at my face. Well, I hate this lighting. I'll take pictures in natural light so you can see. It's not very flawless in here. Oh, I'm glad you're here, Sarah. Yay. Whew, it's hot in here. It is hot outside. It is so hot, and I'm loving it that it's still summer. But when I opened up my window up here and I could look down at the pool, it made me really want to go to the pool and just dive in. Hey, Tammy, I miss your face. But I have things to do. I have to adult today, and sometimes we don't want to adult when we have to adult. It is what it is. Okay, so we're going to highlight with crepe highlight color under the eyes and all of our highlight areas. My husband and I stuffed 100 bags this morning. We still don't have the second promotional item from the Prim office, but I have to go pick that up and then restuff them in the bags. Double duty. Then we have to get more batteries for the black lights because we ran out. I need 90 more batteries, I think he said, or 60. I can't remember. And what else do we have to do? I filled up the paint bottles. Share the video. Hey, Jennifer. Hey, Summer. Hey, Linda. So if anybody is local to me, I better see your face out tomorrow, or I'm going to hunt you down. I'm just going to hunt you down. I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to do to you. I'm just going to hunt you down if you don't come. I'm just saying. I have an Elk Riverside in me. Just saying. We're contouring with Sable. And right along the chin line. Make that. And I laughed at Tim Ear yesterday because while I was waiting for my segment to come up and get mic'd and everything, he was over there putting on his makeup, his stage news makeup. And I was like, if you need any help with that, you know I'm a makeup person. And he's laughing. was pretty funny. You're icing cupcakes, Tammy. You're 2 hours away from me. Girl, get in the car. Tammy and Allie are like 5 hours from me, and they're on their way. Tara is like 7.5, 8, maybe 9 hours. She's on her way. Yeah, we have people coming from all over, and if you wanted to stay, my hotel that I always use for my events is giving a nice discount group rate for anybody who stays at the Wyndham Hotel in Cross Lanes. And you don't want the Elk River side to come out. I've lived here for almost 5 years, says Miss Sherry Quick Durst. Yes, she knows what the Elk River side is. If you don't know, you better ask somebody, because that's what I've heard. You know, that is the funniest thing. I love that little phrase. My mom gets a kick out of it every time I say it. There's Tara. Tara's on her way. I have to work or I would. Boo. Don't they know that this is more important than work? I'm totally just kidding. I mean, it is important, but so is work, because you got to pay for your family. So it's all good. And my stupid Alexis is not playing my songs today. She says she can't connect to the internet. So she needs a reboot or something. I don't know. So we have no music, but I won't get in Facebook jail. Okay, what are we doing? I have to go meet my cousin because he is such an amazing guy. He messaged me and he is giving. He does like all these like fishing stuff and lures and like these flies. He does them all himself. And hey Jan, and he has 2 fishing poles that he did. They're like $90 to $120 per pole. And he is donating those. So those are going to be in the raffle tomorrow too. Exciting. So see, all this stuff that you guys that aren't going to come is going to miss. It's tomorrow, Valerie, but thank you for praying, and thank you. Continue to pray for no rain. We're going to do our eyebrows. We're going to just try to just fill them in today, basically. Just kind of use the new brush and just kind of stencil these bad boys in with the wax and the number 1 lighter color. We're going to see what we can do. Don't laugh, because you never know. This could be your eyebrow, and you don't want to go out of the house with like wonky eyebrows. But I'm just trying this little brush, and I like it a lot. I like it a lot, says Forrest Gump. So we're going to go with like thinner eyebrows, just because I have my hair back. See, you twist it around and you got your little spoolie. James will love that. Oops, what did I say? James will love that. Oh, the fishing things. Yes. He does such a good job too. Oh my gosh, yes, he does. Okay, do the dark at the end. Rachel has another donation basket too. We have several we are bringing, meaning everyone today. You guys rock. I'm going to have to get me some more buckets to put tickets in. But hey, you know what? I can do that. We're going to have about 30 raffle items, so the odds of winning are going to be amazing. So come out, and you better come and see us. That's all I got to say about that. Where'd everybody go? I have 19 viewers. Like, seriously? It's a Friday. Get on here, people. I got some stuff to say. I got some stuff to talk about. Share, share, share alike. We're doing eyebrows with the palette. If you have not got your kudos for the month, what are you waiting on? This palette and this brand new brush is awesome. As you can see, I'm just kind of like touching this powder and then blending it in. I'm not really even lining out or doing much. Just putting that powder in there and just blending it with the spoolie. The spoolie's awesome. I'm just saying. Out loud. Thank you, Kira, for sharing. Hey, Christina. Thank you guys for hopping on. This one isn't as high arched. What's up with that? We'll fix that. We'll just fix that. See how makeup just like gives you like the power of a wand to just change things? Isn't that amazing? Magic. Magic. I don't know. Is that a song? Hey, Marsha. Okay, so let's use our sculpting stick to clean this up. We're going to do a simple, everyday, not bold eye. We're going to try to, because you know that I'm a bold eye person. And then we're going to do like one of the powder lippies. So if you haven't ordered your powder lips, you've got to have those. Hey, Crystal, thanks for sharing. Yes, you've got to have those because they are my favorite lip products that we own or that we have. And I don't think these are sticking around. Once these are gone, I think they're gone. It's just like a promotional item. I'll have to double check that, but I'm pretty sure. Let's blend out because you don't want to walk around with white around your eyebrows so harsh, because then people might look at you a little bit funny. Just a little bit, okay? Alright, so let's do some eyeshadow. Let's grab this messy palette that I've never cleaned up. Okay, so while we're talking, share this video. Did anybody or everybody see me on the news last night? If you didn't, it is on my Facebook wall. Make sure you watch that. I was nervous a little bit. Not as bad as I was last year because I kind of knew what I was talking about. Hey, Allison. We're going to highlight with Optimistic. But, like I say, this is not for me. And it cracks me up how people, like, I'm just going to be real. I'm just going to be real. Oh, well. How people just, like, can't like a comment that you post or support you because they're mad at you or you didn't do something that they like or blah, blah, blah. It's not about me. People, get over yourself. This is about saving lives, giving someone more days with their family. Get out of your own crotchety pants, okay? Buck up, camper. Did you, Haley? Thank you. Hey, Katie. Okay, so we're going to use, oh gosh, what is this? I use it every day. Why? I mean, not every day, but hey, Emily. Hesitant. Gosh, it's matte pink. Very light matte pink. Hey, Kara. And we're just going to put this in the breaking crease area, transition color. But, okay, I want to know, raise your hand if you know what mesothelioma is. Raise your hand. Show me a hand or something. If you do not know what mesothelioma is, give me a sad face emoji. If you know, I want a hand or something happy. If you don't know, I want a sad face emoji. 2 know. Terry knows. Kaylee knows. Any knows? Anybody that doesn't know? Hey, Lori. Anybody that doesn't know? Katie knows. Crystal does not know. That's what I was waiting on, is a I don't know. Candace, ugh, I know. Ugh. Kara says a sad face. She doesn't know either. Okay, so here we're going to tell you all about it. Ready? Mesothelioma is a working man's cancer. Working man, meaning man, woman, whatever. Yes, Tara, I've already had 2, so you have to catch up with me. I'm going to use Nimble. Is this Nimble? No, this is not Nimble. This is Gullible. Gullible. It is a working man's cancer. And why do I say it's a working man's cancer? Because of the fact that most of the people that get mesothelioma is because they've worked in a plant or in an auto mechanic shop back in probably the 70s and early 80s. And they have used products that contained asbestos. Mom, I thought it was the same. I had to eat 2 just to make sure. But yeah, it is an asbestos, I will explain to you, is a flame retardant product. It is still being used and manufactured in the United States as I speak to you right this moment. Sad that we are in 2018 and we are still producing and using a product that kills people, and we know that it kills people. How ridiculous. And how much does that tick me off? A whole bunch. A whole bunch. That's why I went with Linda Reinstein to Washington, D.C. to talk to our congressman to try to get this stopped. We had to tell our story. That was the hardest thing ever. I cried through the whole thing. Imagine that. But as these men and women are working in these plants, are removing tiles, working with water pipes that are packed in it so it keeps it from getting too hot and then catching on fire with everything else. That is what it's used for, okay? And we're going to go a little bit darker with Marvelous. Let's get the crease brush. So when they are using this product, do you know that their employers knew that they were using products that they would ingest and could possibly kill them later? Yeah, and they still know this. It's still known. And they still put that out there for people to work with, to ingest, and to carry home to their families on their clothes so that their wives can wash their clothes and breathe it in. Their children can run up to them and hug them because they've missed them through the day. Daddy or mommy's home. I'm going to hug my mommy and daddy because I've missed you. And guess what? That child just breathed your clothes, dust, and it's in their lungs. Did you know that? Probably not. A lot of people don't. They think it's just like anything else. Oh, that's not going to happen to me. And I pray to God that it does not happen to you. But it can happen to anyone, and I know that because it happened to my family. We're going to put fervent on the bottom. And we're going to blend it out so that you can tell that it's an actual color. And when my dad was told that he could possibly have mesothelioma, we really thought this doctor was off his rocker, because we're like, no, we see that on commercials all the time. You know, it's not that, blah, blah, blah. He's never worked around asbestos that he knew of. Yeah, there is alternate products, Kara. There is. But do you know why they continue to use asbestos instead? It's cheaper. They want that almighty dollar in their pocket, and they don't care who they hurt in the process as long as they're getting rich and they're sitting on the beach somewhere. That's what these CEOs and these company owners are doing, because they have these cronies, hey Alicia, hey Janet, to come in and work for them because they need to take care of their families. But they don't care that they're doing this because they don't have to do it. And that's the honest truth. Like it or don't like it, that is the honest truth. And we're going to use Gifted on the lid. It's a pink shimmer. Sad to say, those people don't have a choice because they've got to seriously take care of their families. They say it's in our floors at work. They mop a black coating over it, and I think once a week. Oh, that's real nice. As long as it's not really disturbed, opened, you know, and it's not flying through the air, it's not as dangerous, but I still wouldn't want to be around it. Old buildings definitely have it in there. Like when they tear down Herbert Hoover High School, I would not want to be within miles of that, because that was built umpteen million years ago, and all of those asbestos fibers are going to be throughout the air. You go near that, you're breathing that in. Am I saying that you're going to get mesothelioma because you breathe it in? No, absolutely not. But you possibly could. Just because of the fact that you are ingesting the fibers. You are breathing them in. And there is different types of mesothelioma. You can get it around your heart. You can get it in your stomach. You can get it in your lungs. So, you know, I mean, listen. It's in children's crayons, okay? Crayons, however you say it. It is in certain brands of crayons. That's really sad that they still put that in crayons. If your mom ever had one of those bright orange or green crock pots, my mom had one. It has asbestos in the cord and in the outer part to keep it from getting too hot and catching on fire. I'm going to spritz a little bit of Behold spray on my brush because I want this shimmery. I will tell you that when I grew up in my house that I grew up in, we had this heat duct like thing in our bathroom, and that is where it was the linen closet, and that's where we kept all of our dirty clothes. We would just throw them in there, and Mom would come in and grab them and wash them. But that vent went up to my bedroom, okay, and that's how my dad would wake me up. Well, sometimes us kids would hide in that closet. You know how kids are. You think it's fun, you laugh, you don't think anything of it. Furnace pipes, yeah. And looking back now, I mean, we would get in trouble for doing this just because my mom and dad didn't want it done. But there was like this lining on this furnace vent. And it was like this paper stuff. And we'd always like just peel off a little bit of it just so we wouldn't get caught. It's a good thing we didn't peel off too much of it, because every time we peeled that off, there was like this dust that flew in the air. Yeah, that's asbestos. It's not a joke. These people I've seen live on Saturday night. Live, it's Saturday night. They make jokes about asbestos. It's not freaking funny. It's not funny. It's not a joke, people. It happens. And it has happened. And it's going to continue to happen until we get it stopped from being used in the United States. That's going to be a tricky thing to do. So, if you see caution, which I've seen my friend, he works at Dow Chemical, and he'll send things all the time that says, caution, asbestos could be in this area. Well, I'd be saying, see ya, I'm out of here, I'm not staying around. But I know, again, it's your job and you have to do it. So if you have to be around it, note those things. And I'm serious. Note those things so that if something happens to you, you're going to know where it was happening from. We had to go back from every job that my dad had and list everything he worked with, from gloves to masks to anything he used to do his job with, that could have possibly had asbestos in it. We're using Magnificent and the liner brush. And it's not an easy task. So if you keep good notes, it's your health, people. It matters. Keep good notes. But, okay, so you ingest this, say, in the 70s and 80s, and maybe sometime now, like when a building gets destroyed or a school gets torn down or whatever you're working near, and you don't really think anything of it, and then 15 years to 30 years to 50 years later, you, if you're lucky to live that long, you start getting sick. You can't breathe very well, you're exhausted, you know, you just realize you lose your appetite, just all of these things just hit you at one time. That's how it works. And I'm going to say not everybody gets it. It's just like a common cold. Like, some people get common cold, some people don't, okay? This isn't like a common cold in like, oh, it'll be gone in 2 weeks. No. It takes you. You don't take it. It's how your body reacts to those fibers that lay dormant in your body for that long. And you may be the unlucky one that they react and they form tumors, and it's cancer. And when I first heard that it was cancer, I was like, it doesn't matter what kind of cancer it is, we got to get in there. The faster you get in there, the better it is, you get it out, blah, 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 blah. It's not really, obviously it's not, it wasn't, but we're coming around more. It's not like that, okay? This cancer, there's really not a whole lot they can do. They can do this invasive thing, and it's awful to think about that these people have to go through. They go in, they cut their stomach open, they open it up like this, and they do a chemical wash and wash away those tumors. And it kind of, like, I guess, burns the tumors off. And that's a hard surgery to endure. Some people do this several times. Just like my dad, he was too far gone. He couldn't have surgery, chemo, treatments, anything like that. But he had fluid filling up his lungs to where he couldn't breathe. And his was in his stomach, so he was losing weight everywhere else but his stomach, and his stomach was out to here. And you could hear it gurgling because the fluids from the tumors were just kind of seeping in and out, and that was causing that, and that's called ascites, that's going in and out of those tumors. So when the fluid fills up your lungs, your pulmonologist has to go in the side of your lung and pull that fluid out. That's not easy, and that doesn't feel good. So that is what mesothelioma is. Some people can get asbestosis. That is not to be confused with mesothelioma. Asbestosis means that it's in there, but it hasn't gone to the cancer form. And not everybody's will. It just means that you could be living with it, and it has trouble. You have trouble breathing a little bit, causing breathing issues. It does not mean you have mesothelioma, and it does not mean that it's going to kill you. It can, yes, but it's not as severe as mesothelioma. Well, thanks, Cheryl. Cheryl. She's looking all cute in her her outfit that she was protecting herself in. It's not Cheryl, it's Sherelle, and she's cute all the time, so let's just say that. Hey, sissy. So in a lot of places, I think Union Carbide was one of them that made their people sign a waiver. And if you didn't sign that, basically you didn't have a job. The waiver said, I know I've worked around asbestos, and I will not be able to sue this company later if I get sick. How pathetic is that? Saving their butts for killing people. Really? Can I get a waiver for somebody if I shoot them in the head with my gun? What's the difference? There isn't any. There is not none. Except for I'm not getting paid when I shoot somebody in the head, but they're getting paid because they have a new brake system put on their car, or, you know, we changed this water line here that was there since the 70s. I'm going to get paid for that. But let me pull out a gun and shoot somebody and I'll go to jail for it. Kind of messed up, right? Yeah. Then everybody wonders why I get bitter and pissed off. Yep, that's why. Because when your dad is sick in a hospital bed, and every bit of his body is healthy, his organs are all healthy and working, but this cancer is laying in his stomach and just eating him away, and it takes a while for the cancer to actually take him, because he is so healthy, and he could have lived probably 20, 30, 40 more years. Who's to say? But that's okay, because they're getting their money. They are living it up on a beach, having their drinks somewhere. They don't care. Nope, because they didn't have to do it. But just like one of my uncles that used to work side by side with my dad, he didn't have asbestos. It's just the type of how your body's made up, how much you ingest, how it reacts to it. He could still get it. You know, my sister, my mom, myself, we could still get it. That's why I do an event like this. Because you never know, I never know, and we were clueless. We had absolutely no one to help us. We didn't know what to do. All we saw was those commercials on the radio or TV saying, mesothelioma, have you been exposed to asbestos? You could be entitled to some money. Well, you always think that's just another catch for somebody to sue somebody. Troy had to sign a paper like that at one job before they would give their paycheck. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I'd tell them to shove that dang paycheck up their butt, and I'll contact my attorney. And if you need an attorney, I've got a great one. Yeah, they do. And they still do today. Still do today. But when my father was diagnosed, you know what I did? I went to the phone book. Do you all know what those are? Are those even existent these days? the yellow pages where you flip through and you find attorneys, wrongful death. There's a whole page. Now, how are you going to know who is truthful, who's going to help you? Ugh. Yeah, of course, it's too late. Yeah, I've already worked in it, so I'm going to add a little bit of brightness to my lid because I can't take it. But, what was I saying? I don't even know. I lost my brain. Help. What was I saying? Help. Somebody help me. I read my sister's message and I got squirrel syndrome. But anyways, going through the phone book. Yellow pages. Yep, we're on the same page there. And I called 3 numbers that were local attorneys because I had somebody had contacted me from like an 800 number or something. I wasn't going there. And the first couple that I called, really just said, well, I'll have so-and-so to call you back. And if you have any questions in the meantime, just write them down. I didn't want to hear that. I did not know what the crap I was doing. My dad was sick. I had to do something. He's not a number to me laying in a hospital bed or going through testing. He's my father. He's like a best friend to me. Shut the heck up. I'm going to do whatever I can to figure this out on my own. And I swear, I think I did more than any doctor at the time did. So, I finally got down to like the 3rd or 4th one. And lo and behold, it was Mr. Brian Prim's office. And he called me immediately. And he said, this is something that we can't wait on. Tell me where you're at. I'll meet you and your family. He was there the next day. The next day. He came to see my dad in his home. In his jeans and his nice little shirt. No stuffy suit. No arrogance. Just a good old country boy. And my dad really liked him. So, let's blend out with some behold. He got the job. And he was able to represent my dad. And my dad knew that things were going on. And that, he would take care of it. And he would take care of his girls. And when someone now is diagnosed and they contact me and they don't want to fight it with an attorney, it kind of upsets me because then I lose a number. I lose a name for someone that has gone through this and can help add another statistic or another diagnosis that we can say, look at what's happening to this world. Why do you want to continue to use this product when you're taking these family members from these people? I don't understand. So it's not something that it's an almighty, I want the dollar. Your family's owed that. That gave my dad the peace of mind that my mom would be okay, because my mom did not have a job. My mom's never worked. I mean, she worked before they got together and stuff, but she always stayed home like I do with Jaden. So she didn't have an income. So, that kind of was Dad's peace of mind, and he knew that she would be taken care of and be okay. And he wanted to go after these companies. So, after my dad passed away, I set out for like a year to grieve, to take care of my mom, make sure that she, was in a home. She sold their home because she just could not keep it up by herself. And I made sure that all of this was taken care of. The attorneys was taken care of. And something just kept tugging on me and pushing on me and saying, you've got to do something more about this. And that was what God was telling me. That little voice that's inside your brain, that's not just like this crazy little thing out there. That's usually God speaking to you and saying, do this. Because I'm telling you to do this. You may not know how to do this, but I'm going to show you how to do this. So I trusted him. Not only did I pick up the phone and find the Mesothelioma Applied Research Foundation, not only did I say I want to do a 5K and figure out how to do it, But I jumped face first into this water. And I did a 5K, a gospel sing, raffles, food. It was a huge barbecue. I mean, it was an event that this girl has never put together. I've never been in charge of anything, but I wasn't in charge of it. The good Lord above was in charge of me. And he was doing his work through me because I asked him to. And that is why we are on year number 9. And next year will be our last year. I hate saying that. I hate it. But I don't, number one, want to wear out my welcome in the town and from every supporter that I get, because they may be sick of me doing this year after year after year after year. It's a lot of work on me and my husband. It's a lot of hurt for like the family every single year, because it kind of like opens up that wound that was hurt, and it kind of like pours salt down in it and scrubs it in, if you know what I'm saying. But that hurt is numb for a little while, because you know that you're helping be a voice for other people. You're raising funds for helping them get to their appointments, for research to find more treatment options. And in 9 years, we have come a long way. Huge, long. So that's why I say, if you've ever supported my event, pat yourself on the back. If you've ever attended, sent in a donation, if you have ever bought a raffle ticket, ate there, came just to say hello, or watched me and shared my videos, thank you. You were a part of that. You helped us. And we've raised over $130,000 in a small town in 8 years. I want this year to be the biggest, the best, the most raised, the most participants that we've ever had. I have over 50 some registrations online already. That's more than I've ever had online to ever begin, because most people come and sign up the day of. I appreciate you, Lori and Allison, for both saying that. And like I said yesterday on the news, I don't take any of the credit. I can't take any of the credit. I just follow his lead. I don't do this for me by any means. I do it because my dad was so selfless that he used to tell everybody, well, you don't have to, you go do that. Or if you want that, get that. If I can't go, I don't want you to not go. That was just who he was. He wanted other people to be happy. He wanted other people to have, and he wanted other people to do, whether he could do it or he couldn't. If he had a shirt on and a homeless man didn't have a shirt and he was freezing, my dad would have taken his shirt off and given it to that person right there. That's the type of man that my dad was. Okay, we're going to use Complicated on the Lips. It's a dark one. I don't know if I've done this one or not. So I don't take the credit. I don't want the credit. And whenever I received a national award 2 years ago at my event from the foundation, it was almost as if I felt like I shouldn't receive it. I don't know. It's kind of weird, and it's kind of hard to say. But this is why it is so important for me when I do this event, and I share it every single day, and I talk about it every single day as it gets closer. And I get upset when people say, I'm not going to attend. I'm not going to be able. I can't. I'm not. No, I won't be there. That's upsetting to me, because I work so hard to make this event amazing for other people, to raise the money that we need. And your body is important to be there. And when I say it's 4 hours out of your day, that is nothing. Nothing. Slow down. Slow it down. We are all going 90 miles an hour in every single day. Slow down for 4 hours. Okay? 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock p.m. Saturday night. Those 4 hours that you're giving of yourself in person, someone laying in a hospital bed, someone being diagnosed, or someone saying goodbye to a loved one, would love, listen to me and watch my lips, would love to have those 4 hours that you can give of your time to show up and be supportive of their families, because they don't have 4 more hours. Got it? That's why I say it's important to actually show up and be there. Yes, you might be the one that doesn't have those 4 hours left to enjoy with your family, to say those little words that you want to say, or to apologize to someone that may have hurt you, to ask God to forgive you, to become a child of God so that you will make it to heaven. You may not be able to have those 4 hours. Like Kira said, it could be you. And let me tell you, cancer is cancer is cancer. If anyone in your family has had cancer, you know how hard it is. Even if you are a survivor or they are a survivor, thank the good Lord above that they were given that miracle that you so wish your family member or my family member would have been given. But God knows best. And I'm going to tell you a little story. You know how God knows best, and you may not always see the outcome or the reason that everything happens. You know, everybody says everything happens for a reason. I don't care how mad that makes you, but it's the truth. He has a reason for every single thing that he does. And I now can see the reason that it took me 5 years to get pregnant. Because when I got pregnant, I had my child in February, my only child that we were naming after my dad. We had no clue my dad was sick. He was born in February. My dad was gone in July. He gave me a son to keep me busy and not make me hit rock bottom and just give up, but to give my family hope and something to look forward to every day once he took my dad home. Okay? That's number one. Number two, he let my dad have 30 days because my dad was unsaved. Yeah, I never got to spend time in church with my dad. Today, oh gosh, Lori, I'm so sorry. I would have loved to have sat beside my dad in a church pew during church service or watch him get saved and baptized. I didn't have that luxury. He was in a hospital bed. He was beside of his brother that spoke the words to him. And once he got saved, like I told my friend Stacy that I went to church with the other day, we'll do lips here in just a second. That song, I love to tell the story, is so, it just reminds me of my dad so much. And I'll tell you why. Because of the fact that once my dad got saved, he was a different man. From the moment he said, Lord, forgive me, for I have sinned. Please forgive me and accept me as your child, okay? He was actually so excited that he told every single person that walked into his room, the nurses, the doctors, family, and friends. Guess what happened? George was in here, and he was talking to me, his brother George. And he goes to church all the time. He knows the Lord. And he said, I got saved today. The happiest words I could ever hear. I just was like, hallelujah, amen. I've done so good up until this point. These are happy tears. Okay, let's take a towel. I got saved today. And you know what? If I knew that it felt this good, I would have done it years ago. You don't have to have alcohol. You don't have to have tobacco. You don't have to have this to have a good time, to have a good life. If I would have known it felt this good, I would have done it a long time ago. And he told everybody that. So when I hear, I love to tell the story, that is my dad. Yes, like my sister said, we used to beg my mom and dad to go to church with us. We grew up in Elkview Baptist Church, and then we went to Sanderson Church, which was a church clear out in the country that did not even have an inside bathroom, but it was the best church in the world. Like, I miss those days. Like, you can't find a church like that these days. I like that hoop and holler and spitting, hanky throwing preacher that steps on your toes and you know you've been to church when you leave those doors. But like I say, you know, that was number 2 of the reasons why I see God took my dad. Number 3 was someone in my family that my dad adored completely did a 180. Like, her life has literally crumbled. And I know that it's horrible for me to say this, but she's literally dead in my mind because the person that I knew her as is no longer existent. And if my dad would have witnessed this, he would have lost his mind. He would have went absolutely crazy. I don't want to think about what he would have done. So that's number 3. Number 4. You know what his last wish was that he came to me and said to me? He put this on my shoulders, but he knew I could handle it. He knows I'm a pretty stubborn person because I'm a lot like him. He said, I'm going to try not to cry. Breathe. He said to me, because he knew how good it felt to be saved, he said to me, Miss, that's what he always called me, Miss, now we got to get your mom saved. Okay. That's kind of hard to do when she sees that what he's going through and what God is taking from her. You kind of get a little bit angry at God sometimes, don't we? That's natural. And when we would go to church after Dad passed, we would still invite Mom because she lived with us for a little while. We'd say, why don't you go to church this morning? No, it's too soon. No, it's too soon. And finally that day she said, okay, I'm going. And she would go with us a couple times. And one morning, I just had this feeling when she was getting ready and we were getting ready for church. I knew that was the day. That was the best feeling I've ever had in my life. I didn't expect this. Because I knew that my daddy asked me to get my mom saved. Gosh, what a task. How am I going to do that? Lord, please guide me. You invite him to church. That's what you do. You let her hear the words. You let her hear him. And when that invitation came, and she got up and she walked her timid, backward, non-outgoing self in front of the church, I followed her. And I sat behind her. And I bawled like a baby. Happy tears. Happy tears. Because I knew we'd all be together again one day. I could be okay. I knew that no matter what happened in life, I was going to be okay because God made those promises. And you always will be. No matter what you face, now that your family is saved, you are saved, you're going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. And I'll tell you, the year to the date that my daddy was saved, my mom and I got baptized together in the river. And my mom is not a water person. She is scared of the water. She cannot swim. But we got baptized in the river together. And that was a total blessing. Total blessing. So, I see the reasons that God took my dad. And now the biggest reason, well, I'm not going to say it's the biggest reason. It's not, because saving a life is huge. But for this event, so that we could help other people. And we have. And we will continue to. Even if we don't have this huge event, I'm still going to say, third Saturday of every September, we're going to meet in Eleanor, West Virginia. And we are going to do a 5K. That does not mean that I'm going to throw a big party. That does not mean that I'm going to have raffles. That does not mean that I'm going to feed you and we're going to have color and we're going to have glow and we're going to have a DJ just like we do tomorrow. But we're still going to show up. We're still going to raise funds. And we're still going to be an outlet for people to know that if this ever happens to them or someone that they know and love, they know where to turn. This little girl right here, this one right here from Elkview, West Virginia, that moved to Putnam County, that puts on this event, will still be out there helping other people through the man above. Because that's what he asked me to do. So that's what I'm going to do. That is what I'm going to do. And even though my lips are going to be complicated today with the collar, life doesn't have to be complicated. Because if you don't know the good Lord above, what are you waiting for? Like someone told me the other day, I think it was Kathy Souter that sent me this little thing. And I've seen this before. But you know the hurricane is coming. And you know that all these people are boarding up their windows. They're gassing up their cars. They're filling up with their groceries. They're getting out of town. They are preparing. They are preparing their life to be saved from a hurricane, from winds, from rain, from floods. They were told this hurricane is coming. It might come Monday, it might come Friday, but it is coming. And they prepared. I'm no preacher. I don't claim to be, and I'm not the best Christian in the world. I sin every day and I mess up every minute. But I prepare my life so that I will go to heaven, so that I will be with my mom, my sister, and my dad, and my husband, and my son. My son is saved. My son is baptized because he was raised in church and he knows. I am prepared because they told me, I've heard, it's in the Bible, that he is coming. It might not be today. It might not be tomorrow. And it might not be 10 years from now, but he is coming. He's coming. Are you prepared? Did you go fill up your car? Did you go buy your groceries? Did you go buy your Bible? Did you go board up your windows? Did you get out of town because you heard he was coming? I bet you didn't. I bet you didn't. And if you have, hallelujah, praise the Lord. I'll see you there. But if you haven't, you could go out your front door today, and this might be your last second. This might be the last breath, the last conversation that I have with you sitting right here. But I'm prepared. Are you? If you aren't prepared, I don't want to tell you this, but you know that you will go to hell and you will burn in eternity. You will burn on fire for the rest of eternity. That's not something I want to look forward to. If that makes you mad, if you pull off of this live, if you defriend me because I told you if you're not saved, you're going to hell, I'm sorry, I'm not sorry. It's the truth. It is the god-awful truth. And I want you all sitting there right beside of me. I'm a sinner every day, but thank God I'm forgiven because I ask for it. And that's what you got to do. You just got to take your heart to the Lord and say, I am a sinner. Save me. I want to be your child. I want to live for you. I want to do your work. Please forgive me for my sins. Please save me. That's all you got to do. That's right. Just get saved. Don't be mad at me. Don't be mad. I'm just the messenger. Don't be mad at the messenger. It happens. Let's put on some complicated. If anybody has anything to add, go ahead and type it. Go ahead. I am not a perfect person. Girlfriend, that's not what I don't want anybody to think that's why I do any of this, because it's not. Like I say, anything that I do is because he tells me to. And he put me in this job even. I've told that story too. I'm nothing without the Lord. Like I say, I'm not perfect. I cuss at times. Yes, I do. I do things that aren't right. I do every single day. I'll admit it. I look at people with disgust in my face. I judge people. I backslide. I get off that perfect straight line. But I ask him to please forgive me and help me to not do those things tomorrow. I asked him when I joined this business and I decided to make it one that I was going to work and help my family with. I asked him to use me to help other people. To make other people feel more confident and beautiful within their own skin. And he did that. He answered. I saw it. January of 2017, my business exploded. And I don't mean I was making more money or I had more sales, which I did. I had more friends come into my group. And I seriously have met the most amazing people. I have met the most amazing people just from doing Unique as my customers, my girls on my team, and all over the place. And the messages that I get on a daily, like almost daily, of what my videos have done for them, what the products have done for them, what my group has done for them, is life-changing. It's like eye-opening, like me. So when I have a bad day, what do? I get up. I get on Missy's Blessed Beauties group and I read those messages. I see these ladies talking to each other, talking to me, uplifting each other, praying for each other. And this makeup brought us together. Like, how does God intertwine your lives? He finds a way. He does. He finds a way to intertwine, to cross your paths of the people you know or may not have known that you need in your life when you need them. And they understand you. That's the crazy thing. They've gone through what you've gone through. They're going through what you've gone through. So you're there to help them. And you laugh together, you cry together, you pray together, and you find your confidence in who you are together. It's just amazing. And I cannot thank him enough for all of his blessings. So, with this big story that I had no idea that I was going to get into, I said all that to say this, that I hope I see you guys out here tomorrow. Oh, thank you, Crystal. I'm sorry if I didn't respond to each and every one of your all's comments, because when I do that, then I really do get emotional and I start to cry. And I didn't want to get that way, but I did. But they were happy tears. They were all happy tears. But I'm just thankful today for each and every one of you that join me on my lives, that support me in my business, that support the mesothelioma event. And I pray that you find those 4 hours in your heart and in your time and in your busy schedule to stop and breathe. Because those with mesothelioma are having a hard time breathing. I can guarantee you that. So stop and breathe and come and join us tomorrow night, Saturday night. 7:30 starts the 5K. 5 o'clock starts registration if you did not register online. Registration closes at 7 p.m. tomorrow. If you come at 7:02, you may miss out. And we have an introduction, a balloon release, an opening prayer, and we have a color explosion. We get a picture of everybody that comes to be a participant in this event. And then at 7:30, you take off. You either walk, run, crawl, bike, rollerblade, get on your scooter. I don't care what you got to do. Get in that line and get in that walk, start, finish line so that you can be a part of this and you can say, you know what? I helped save a life today because I donated and I participated. And it's amazing. It is truly amazing. And we want you to stay after the walk because you're going to have color, dust, and paint, and it's just so fun. Just come out and just be crazy. Let go. Let yourself find your inner child. Have fun for a great cause. Get color dusted. Get painted. You live one time. Make the best of it. Make the most of it. And do it for a good cause. You are going to glow in the dark. Do you see these shirts? This white writing on this pink shirt is going to just glow in those black lights like crazy. And it's going to be fun. It's at night. It's cooler. We're not going to have any rain. The good Lord's taking care of that. He's going to put an umbrella over us. I know it. We're going to have food. Pizza, chips, cupcake, and pop. $5 for 4 items. $5 a plate. We're going to have raffles. We have like 30 raffle prizes. I mean, we have Thomas Rhett tickets. We have West Virginia cornhole boards. We have, oh my gosh, just jewelry, makeup, clothes, just tons and tons and tons of stuff. Please, I mean, it is amazing. The ticket prices are awesome. You're going to have an opportunity to win one of these. Trust me, you're going to. You have to be present to win. So stay from 6 o'clock. The raffle opens at 5. Stay from 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock. That's your 4 hours. That is your 4 hours of slow me down, do this for them, breathe for them moments, okay? And we have a DJ, Walter Brown. He is a cancer survivor himself, not mesothelioma, but it is a cancer, and he donates his time and his services for this event, and he's awesome. Come out and show him some love. He's a great person. We're just going to have a good time, and I'm telling you this right now, 100%. 100% of the proceeds from Rod's benefit for meso. I keep nothing. No thing. I keep nothing. I take money out of my pocket. I've probably spent over, I don't even want to know, on preparing this event. It's not about the money to me. Spend it all. I don't care. As long as someone is benefiting from it. 100% of these proceeds goes to the Mesothelioma Applied Research Foundation. You can look them up on Facebook. You can look them up under curemeso.org. But I work with them as an ambassador for the company, and I work with Linda Reinstein, who is with Asbestos Disease Awareness Organization. so that we can bring the awareness that the asbestos is still being produced in the United States of America today and used. And we're trying to fight that. So I work with these companies and these foundations to help other people. And 100% of the proceeds go to it. So you can pat yourself on the back and say, I helped. Have you ever seen that? Everybody tries to get me to say, it's shake and bake and I helped. It's a commercial. I had to throw that little funny in there because you can actually say that you helped save lives when you participate tomorrow. 7:30 starts the race. I hope to see you there. It's in Eleanor, West Virginia, right past the Dairy Queen. You can't miss it, on the main drag, right behind the fire station, shelter number 6. Share this video. Tell your friends. Grab all of your girlfriends, your guy friends, your runners, your crawlers, your walkers, those who love to get raffle baskets, those who love to eat, those who love to dance, those who love to just let go and have a good time, because that's what we're going to do tomorrow. We are going to have a good time with friends and family and make this the best year yet. I know it. I feel it. And he's telling me above that it's going to be the best year yet. So I want you to stand out there beside me. I want to see your beautiful face come up to me and give me a hug. I want to see you supporting these families tomorrow. Tomorrow. I'm going to let you guys go. I appreciate you sticking around with me. Thank you so much for listening to my wherever this came from speech. You know, sometimes I get on these tangents and I don't shut up. So if it makes you mad, I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm not sorry. But I hope I can see you guys out there. Thank you for watching me put my face on. If there's any other products that I can help you with, make sure you let me know. I'm not here to endorse my makeup today. I'm just here to ask you to help, to support, and come out and see us tomorrow. I love you guys. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you for all the shares and the support that you've given me up until this day. And I will see you back here tomorrow. Let's get ready together so that we can go and glow for MESO and stomp it out as we walk and run tomorrow in Eleanor, West Virginia. I'll see you guys later. Don't forget to thank God for your blessings, because that is the reason why you are sitting here watching me, breathing in and out, and having another day for another opportunity. I love you. I'll see you guys later. Have a fabulous weekend. I'll see you tomorrow, right? Bye.